Alright guys, my bead sight came in, and I don't have a cameraman, and it's really hard to tripod this while I'm doing it, but I'll just show you as I'm doing it in stages. I got my drill press all set up to put this bead sight in. I have, I'm not going to drill and tap it, so what I'm going to do is make the hole just a little smaller, and then use Loctite and tap the bead sight in with a mallet, but you have to get the hole just the right size to do that. There's my bead sight that came in. It's a little small, but it's going to work. I thought I should have got the bigger one, but it's going to look fine. So I got my hole here. I'm just kind of reaming it out a little. And what you want to do is when you get these drill presses, when you're drilling steel, you always want to use a little oil. So you don't want to mess up any of your drill bits or anything. Reaming that out a little. It just needs to be reamed out. It's going in a little bit. When the bead sight goes in halfway and stops, then I'll know that's good enough. I can tap it the rest of the way in with a rubber mallet and some Loctite. But I got the hole pretty much dead center where I want it, and I got to keep working with it. The bead sight's going in like a quarter of the way. When I can get it in half the way, I know I'll be good. And then we'll Loctite it in. I'll put the gun all together. Then we're going to put the spring in. Sorry I couldn't show you all this. It's just too much stuff to set up. I'm trying to show you. Alright, I'll be back. Okay, I got the bead sight is half in the hole, and I can't push anymore. So that's good. Now what I'll do is I'll take the bead sight out, put Loctite in the hole, put the bead sight back in, and tap it in with a mallet. The brass is soft. It's going to give way before the steel around it, right? So once I get that in there, and that Loctite's in there, it's just like it's just like you put sights in a 1911, or when you put sights on a Glock. All they are is they're wedged in there with Loctite, and this is the same thing. Now if I had a tap and die set, I could have hear that friggin' noise. Every time that noise goes off, that's someone requested me as a friend on Facebook. It goes off every second. I have my channel's linked to Facebook. Anyway, so every time you hear that chime, can I be your friend? It's cool though. Anyway, I got the bead sight half in there. Alright, now I'm going to put some Loctite on it and tap it in, force it in, rest of the way with a mallet. Sorry I can't film that, guys. It's just too hard, but once I get it in, I'll show you. Alright guys, I got the Loctite on there, and I got the rubber mallet, and I'm just going to tap that bead sight right in there. Now the red side's a little harder than the blue side, in case you hear the difference. Soft, hard, just in case you're wondering what that is. Okay, it's in. And what the hell am I doing with the camera here? Okay, it's in. There's a little Loctite. And now what I'll do is just get a Q-tip and sorry about the camera, man. It's just hard to one-hand this shit. And get all the excess Loctite off of there. And by tomorrow, this will be good to go. That bead sight will not come out of there. It's just you know, it's the same principle as putting sights in a pistol. It doesn't necessarily. If this is if you don't have a tap and die set, you don't necessarily need one. The rule of thumb is when you're putting sights in a 1911 guns like that, you get the sights and you fit them in there. And if they go in a quarter of the way, you have to file them. You have to file until they go in halfway. Once they go in halfway, you can get a punch and hammer them in the rest of the way. That's how it's done. I just did the same thing with this. I filed it down. I drilled a hole too small for this. Then I filed the outside of the threads off a little bit till I can put it on there until it would go in about halfway. Filled the hole up with Loctite. Cleaned it with alcohol, of course. And then pounded it in with the hammer. And that's it. Alright, now we're going to do the magazine tube spring. That came in too today. Alright, welcome back to my half-assed gunsmithing video, and please don't do this at home. No, go ahead. It should work for you. That's why I do it. Okay, this should work for you. Okay, now we're putting the magazine tube in. Here's the first magazine tube spring. See how short it is? It's too short. I got this from Brownells, this one. This is a Wolf spring. The Wolf springs are some of the highest quality spring you can buy. You don't cheese out on springs because that's something that wears and tears, right? You want something good. So this is like 40 inches long, and here's the old one. So what we're going to do is the follower's in here, and it's a plastic one. I'm probably going to change that too. I'm probably going to get a aluminum one or a metal one. What we do is we put the spring in all the way till it stops. Okay. Now this is where the magazine extension would go on. It would screw on about to about to there. Okay, that's where it would screw on to, because remember we got the collar. The collar from the barrel fits over here, and it covers about up to that. You can see the mark where it stops. So this screws up to about there. So now we got to go 6 inches past the magazine tube, and we will cut it. And where's my cutters? There they are. 6 inches past. Okay, so it's saying right about here. I'll cut it. Okay, it doesn't matter what end goes where. There's another friend request, and as you can see how too short that was. That's just way too short. Okay, that's it. All right, so now we're going to put the gun back together, the rifle, the shotgun. Man, I always say the wrong shit because I'm a dork. That bead sight's looking pretty good. Wish you guys could see it. Let me see if I can get a better angle for you. What I would do. Can you see it? There you go. Now it's coming up. The camera would just focus on it and get a good look at it. It's out of focus. It will. Gotta give it a chance. Okay, I'll just do an up close with the camera when I'm done because it ain't working with us today. $600 camera. You like that? Okay. Alright, let's put this barrel on. See where it's going to end up. Today would be good, thank you. Today would be excellent. Okay, like I said, you see where it stops. Okay, now I'm going to put the extended magazine tube on. And this is real easy to cross thread these. So you gotta just really take your time when you're screwing this on. There it goes. Now what I'll do is, yeah, it's level. You look at the space between there and there and make sure it's straight. Now what I'll do is I'll give it a half a turn. So what I'll do is, so I don't turn it too much, I'll put a white mark on here and then on here. And I'll just move that past that. Get my leather strap. If you have an old belt around, guys, cut a piece off like that long and keep it in your toolbox. You're going to need it for this right here, because you don't want to mar up your... Now you should put this on hand tight, and that should be enough, but I like to go just a little quarter turn just to make sure everything's locked in place. And that's why I put that white mark on there so I don't overturn it. Shut up. Okay. As you can see, the white mark moved. I don't know if you can see that. I only want maybe an eighth inch past it. And that's soapstone. You can just wipe that right off. Okay. And then I'll give it a test. We should be able to get 6 rounds in here. If I can't get 6 rounds in here, that means I got to take the spring out and cut a little more off. So these rounds are so beat up from taking them in and putting them out, taking them in and putting them out. The rim is all chewed up. It's really not good to use these just for any kind of testing, really. They're just beat up. Okay. Let's see what this thing does now. Let's see if it behaves itself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's only going 5. We should slide on there easily. Now we need to get it, let me make sure I got the right one on the right one. Now we need to get it to the range. Let's see what this thing can do. Make sure it's reliable. Now if this is tight, don't slide it. You will scratch the finish right off. The finish don't stay on there too good. It's weird, you'll loosen it and it'll come right off, and when you put it back on, for some reason you gotta loosen it more. Don't make sense to me. Okay, that right there. Magazine tube clamps are really good to have because they keep the barrel parallel with the magazine tube, and they keep the magazine tube from loosening up off of the they keep the extended magazine tube from loosening up off the regular magazine, off the permanent magazine tube. Got me? So you just keep going back and forth. You don't want to over tighten. Pretty tight though, because it's a lot of recoil, right? You just keep going back and forth, tighten them down even. And I don't see why I would have to go tighter than that. Looks pretty good. Okay, we got our bead sight on there. We got our new spring in there. This thing's ready to rock and roll. Let's get a up close on it so you can see the bead sight, because the gay camera don't want to focus because it's fucking retarded as shit. It's ridiculous what it is. Alright, there's your bead sight. Another request. Alright, here's your bead sight. Pretty much dead center. Okay, got the new Wolf spring in it, and she's ready to go.